we're talking about, we sat and we told the world. We told everybody.
I know.
We sat in front of his parents. We told them.
Because hey, I wanted to
find
the
person. But the same guy that killed your husband, Jennifer, is the same guy that you're communicating with every day. You had over 24,000 text messages and calls. 24,000.
I don't work. He's retired. We talk throughout the day.
Jennifer, besides the point, this guy killed your husband.
How do you know that?
Because I have proof. And guess what? Darren right now is currently in jail, locked up for murder right now.
Oh my God.
This is Jennifer Faith. And inside the interrogation room, she has just learned that Darren Lopez, her high school ex-boyfriend, the man she was exchanging more than 600 messages a day with, has been arrested for the murder of her husband, Jamie. But what she doesn't know yet is that investigators have all their intimate texts, and they're convinced she orchestrated this cold-blooded murder. This is the interrogation that destroyed her perfect lie.
I feel like that there are a lot of things that you're leaving out. And me personally, in my heart, I believe that you knew what happened that day. This, Jennifer, you got to think on how I'm feeling right now. I'm feeling like you tried to play me.
I'm not.
Yes, I did. Yes, and that's the way I feel. I feel like you tried to play me, that you tried to play me, and this whole time you knew. Because I have proof right now that Darren was actually out there at your residence during that day.
How?
Even your Ring camera, when I asked you, what did you say? When we saw that guy on your camera at 2:38 that morning.
Yeah.
Who did you tell me that was?
The guy across, I told you later after the guy across the street said that it was somebody who lived behind us.
No, that was Darren. And I believe that you knew that.
I don't know that. It doesn't even look familiar.
Jennifer, let me tell you something. All right. I believe that was Darren. You knew that was Darren. And at the same time, Darren has a black pickup, Nissan pickup, Titan truck. All right. Everything fitting the same description. Okay. Even the side of your camera's caught this. Okay.
Yeah.
I know that Darren was there.
I didn't. I don't know what to tell you.
I'm gonna tell you even better.
How do you know for a fact it was him?
I have proof to know that he was there.
Okay.
Same thing that he was wearing that day. That gap that you guys had at 28 hours. You got to think about it. The consistency stopped.
Well, I'm trying to think why there would be a gap.
Look at it. We're talking about. We sat and we told the world. We told everybody.
I know.
We sat in front of his parents. We told them.
Because I wanted to find the person.
But the same guy that killed your husband, Jennifer, is the same guy that you're communicating with every day. You had over 24,000 text messages and calls. 24,000.
I don't work. He's retired. We talk throughout the day.
Jennifer, besides the point, this guy killed your husband.
How do you know that?
Because I have proof. And guess what? Darren right now is currently in jail, locked up for murder right now.
Oh my God.
So my main thing is right now, what is he gonna tell me? Okay, why would he kill this guy?
I don't know.
I even read
it
in the text
doesn't even make sense. We haven't even seen each other.
I have proof. There's a possibility that he came down there, that you guys did see each other.
We've never seen each other.
At the memorial. It's a possibility I have the information that he came to the memorial.
Oh my God, no, you're so wrong.
Okay.
You're so wrong.
But I'm gonna tell you like this, Jennifer. I know that Darren committed this offense. I know that Darren killed your husband. He told you we have a 5-year plan. He said we have a 5-year plan on you guys being together. And then the thing about
that was at the very beginning when he was expressing that he still had loved me, all of that stuff, and we were like caught up in old emotions, but I put the brakes on it.
But you didn't put the brakes on it because you're still talking to this guy. How could you talk to somebody that you know that killed your husband?
I didn't know he killed my husband. I still don't know that he killed my husband. I wouldn't do that. Why would I do that?
Let's pause for a second. I want to back up and lay out the context, where this all started. October 9th, 2020, 7:30 a.m., Oak Cliff, Dallas. Jennifer Faith, 48, and her husband Jamie, 49, step out of their beautiful home for their usual morning ritual, a walk with the dog. They'd been married 15 years, the kind of couple that looks settled, comfortable, happy. Jamie was, by all accounts, the ideal husband. He worked as an IT director at American Airlines, provided well, and he did something rare and sweet when he married Jennifer. He legally adopted her daughter Amber, a 7-year-old who'd grown up without a father. Jamie gave that little girl his name, his love, and raised her like his own. Jennifer used to be a high-flying executive, a regional director in medical rehab who opened facilities all over the country. 2 years before the shooting, she developed diabetes and her health declined. Jamie told her to stop traveling and focus on getting better. She listened. They lived comfortably on his salary. That morning walk changed everything. A masked man appeared and shot Jamie, cold, sudden, out in public. He attacked Jennifer and then fled in a black pickup. Overnight, Jennifer became the image of the grieving widow. Heartbreaking TV interviews, a GoFundMe that climbed to roughly $70,000, desperate pleas to find the killer. But behind that public grief was a hidden life. For months, she'd been exchanging up to 600 messages a day with Darren Lopez, her high school ex she hadn't seen in 27 years. They reconnected by chance on social media a few months before the murder. Darren, now living in Tennessee with a family, was going through a rough divorce. Jennifer told him she was having problems in her marriage. Their text grew intense, very intense. Darren talked about a 5-year plan so they could end up together. Jennifer wrote about feelings coming back. They even exchanged Christmas gifts. She sent him a TV. He sent jewelry to her and her daughter. Then a few details start to collapse the story. Darren drives a black Nissan Titan, exactly like the truck witnesses described fleeing the scene. His truck has a Tennessee sticker, not Texas as investigators first thought. More damning, the night before the murder, Jennifer's home cameras record a suspicious figure prowling near the house at 2:38 a.m. When detectives show her the footage, she says she doesn't know who it is. That's not true. The figure is Darren Lopez, and Jennifer knew it. Investigators also notice a revealing gap in their message history. The steady stream of hundreds of texts suddenly stops for 28 hours right before the killing. A blackout window perfect for someone to drive from Tennessee to Texas, commit a murder, and go back. So when Jennifer is called into the station, she still thinks she can hold the story together with lies. She has no idea detectives have already rebuilt the whole timeline. Every call, every text, every movement Darren made. In that interrogation room, she's told, live, Darren Lopez has been arrested for murder, and now she's the #1 suspect. What follows is plenty minutes of intense questioning, where one by one her deceptions begin to crumble. You'll watch how a woman who believed she was smarter than everyone else loses control as the truth slams into her face.
Girl's getting ready, getting the dog put together, getting her leash on.
Right. So during that time when you walked out the house, this terrible thing happened. The guy, what did he look like?
Oh my God, I keep remembering everything. Okay. I just remember all I can really remember are his eyes, the black eyes, like just black, like not like in color, but like the pupils were really dilated. I remember a bright blue mask, like electric blue color mask.
Okay. And this guy,
aside from that, I feel like he was like just covered head to toe. I couldn't make out even skin color.
did you, and I know based on did you see him, where did you see him go afterwards?
Okay, so
I know when you first, go ahead.
yeah. So this is one of the questions that I had for you too, is that I don't remember, okay, I'll tell you, I'll answer your question first. So I was up on the driveway of the neighbor's house. I thought I was on my own driveway for some reason, but I was on the neighbor's house. And I was taped together. I remember hearing screeching, like, and it made me look up, and that's when I saw the truck, and that's where he got into was the truck.
So you did see the truck? 'Cause I know at first you told me you didn't see the truck.
I didn't see it immediately. Like all of a sudden it was just there. Like it wasn't something that I noticed when we walked out or anything. And it didn't register with me when he was shooting Jamie. It didn't register with me that there was anything parked there. And so that's why I had almost felt like somebody had pulled up to pick him up.
So just to back up a little bit, when you saw him holding guns to Jamie, Jamie was like this?
Yes, walking backwards like this.
Or like this? So
No.
it's like this. Jamie, do you remember him saying anything to him?
No, it was just quiet.
Okay.
He didn't say anything. He just shot.
All right. Did he stand over him and shoot like this?
No, it was no.
So Jamie was like this, and he just shot.
Yep, and they were probably
So say for me, so I guess
6 feet apart.
So was it not this far apart?
A little bit further,
It was
actually.
so about right here.
Yeah.
So okay.
Yeah, so what was happening was Jamie was walking backwards, and he kept going forward.
So I'm Jamie.
Yeah.
I'm walking. So go
Back
ahead.
further,
Okay.
right there. And he was just this way.
He's
Shooting, walking, not running, walking toward him.
Okay.
And I was just watching, my eyes were on Jamie. I was just watching the fire shot, like the gunfire. Yeah.
Jennifer just gave her account of the attack, and honestly, something feels off right from the start. Listen closely to how she tells it. She describes the attacker with almost surgical precision. Dark eyes, bright blue mask, covered head to toe. For someone who just went through a violent, traumatic event, that kind of photographic memory is suspicious. Usually, when you're in shock, the details blur. They don't get sharper. And then there's her body language. She starts miming the whole scene, recreating the movements step by step. Jamie backed up like this. The man moved forward like this while shooting. It's almost theatrical. A genuine trauma victim usually struggles to relive the moment, let alone reenact it so casually. Meanwhile, the detective doesn't interrupt. He just lets her talk. And that's smart, because the more she talks, the more she locks herself into this version of events. Every little detail she adds now can be checked, cross-referenced, and eventually used against her if it doesn't line up. But here's what really stands out to me. She shows zero emotion while describing her husband's death. No catch in her voice. No pause to collect herself. She tells it like she's describing a movie she watched, not the brutal murder of the man she lived with for 15 years. Now the detective is about to dig into their marriage, and that's where the cracks in her perfect story will really start to show.
And gentlemen, I want to go in because this case is one of those cases where it's like, man, we talking about a guy who had no enemies, right?
Well aware.
Right. That we know. I mean, we've spoken to a lot of people, and people are pretty much consistent on this. You and your relationship. I know we spoke about your relationship before. All right. You described your relationship as you guys being a best of friends.
Oh yeah.
All right. You guys were, as far as like your relationship.
So very much in love.
Yeah,
So yeah.
So as far as like with Jamie, first day you met him. When did you meet him? What year?
I actually met him October 8th, 2005. So it was the day before this happened. It had been 15 years. Yeah. And we met on a blind date.
We met on a blind date?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Who set you up?
Our best friends, well, some of our best friends. So Jeremy Gebler, who I think you've spoken with, and his wife. So I worked with his wife, and Jeremy worked with Jamie. Okay,
and so they kind of set you guys up?
Yeah.
So what did Jamie do before you guys met?
In terms of what? In terms of
work?
Oh, he was, when we met, he was the director of IT or something along those lines for a small company called Salonis. Okay. And
Amber was how old at the time?
She was 8. Is that right? 2005. She was 8.
He pretty much took on your daughter as his own.
Absolutely.
Right. Never any signs of unfaithfulness in your relationship.
No.
So I know we spoke on the time where you said you suspected that he was unfaithful in relationship, but then you realized that it was the time to be nothing.
Yeah, and I didn't even have like suspicions in terms of that there was somebody or in his behavior. It was more that our life was starting to wane off, and so, and you know, I mean, typical woman, I'm like, is it because I've gained weight? Because I had gained a lot of weight since we first met, and he's saying no, and so I just couldn't figure out. I couldn't figure out, like, as a man, how he could go for such stretches of time without having sex, you know, and so I thought, well, maybe there's somebody else, and...
And when was this? When was this?
Oh, gosh. On and off, really, for a couple of years. It really started after, I guess in 2009, after we bought our house.
Okay.
Because we had a condo that we had owned, well, Jamie had owned it, and then we kept that, rented it out, and bought a house together in Phoenix.
Okay, and then from Phoenix, and that's when you guys moved here.
Yeah, so we lived in that house until 2017, and then moved here in 2017.
Okay, and your relationship has it always, you know, other than that, I mean, you say, other than, you know, he's always been faithful.
Mm-hmm.
What about yourself?
I've always been faithful.
So, and that's what I say, we want to make sure, Jennifer.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's nothing, I mean, if there were anything, I mean, that's where we can, you know, hey, I need to know, you know what I mean?
I know.
Because these things you think about, you're just walking outside your house.
Right.
Right? Somebody comes and, you know, kills your husband.
Right.
You know?
I've thought about that too, that maybe it was somebody
right.
associated with me.
Yeah, and as far as like, you know, you haven't had any kind of, you know, sexual relationships, any dating anybody over the phone, anything?
No.
Okay, and so...
I have male friends, but they're friends.
Okay.
Male coworkers that I'm close to, but they're, you know, it's nothing.
But nobody,
and Jamie knows all of them, I mean,
right,
so...
But nobody that you are intimate with, where they say, hey, we're definitely going to be intimate, you know. Have you ever heard of a name, is it Darren
Lopez, yeah.
Who is Darren?
He's one of my best friends. We dated in high school, and he doesn't know Jamie. I haven't seen him, and I mean, we talk on the phone every day at this point, but we dated in high school, and then we dated like 3 years into college.
Okay, so how long, so when did you meet Darren?
1986. I was a sophomore in high school.
Okay. So you guys met in high school, and tell me a little bit about Darren, because I think that's the only one that I pretty much didn't have, but I kind of stumbled up on his name.
The detective has just switched into profile building mode, and Jennifer walks right into the trap. Watch how she oversells her marriage. We were soulmates. Jamie was the perfect father. He even adopted my daughter as his own. She piles it on, painting this picture-perfect life. But here's the thing. When someone insists that hard on perfection, it usually means they're hiding some pretty deep cracks. What really catches my attention is how she talks about when they first met. She rattles off the exact date, October 8th, 2005, but she says it like she's reading a script. Then she adds, "Yesterday was our 15th anniversary." That kind of obsessive time-stamping doesn't feel genuine. It feels rehearsed. And the detective? He's playing it smart. He throws out simple questions about Jamie, his job, his personality. But what he's really doing is building a trap. The more Jennifer paints Jamie as this flawless man, the more she corners herself. Because here's the logical problem. If Jamie truly was perfect, then why would anyone want him dead? The only answer left is chilling. Someone close wanted him out of the way. There's another tell. She talks about Jamie in the past tense. He was wonderful. He used to do this. But a grieving widow, especially this soon after the murder, often slips into the present tense. Or sometimes, they can't even bring themselves to talk at all. Jennifer sounds detached, rehearsed, like she's narrating a memory instead of mourning her husband. Now the detective has locked in one key fact. Jamie had no enemies, which means the next question is unavoidable. If the world saw him as a good man, what could drive his own wife to betray him?
Okay. Let's see. I lost contact with him in '93. We broke up. We lived in Flagstaff.
So 86 through 1993.
Yeah.
Y'all live together?
Oh no.
Okay. You live in Flagstaff?
Yeah. I was in a dorm.
And his name Darren Lopez. You said is it D-A-R-R-I-N?
Yes.
Lopez.
Mhm.
Okay. And he went to the 9 through 12, right?
Yeah.
And that's South Point Catholic School.
Yes.
High school.
Yes.
Okay. And as far as you guys' dating relationship, how did you all meet?
We met through jazz band. We were both in jazz band together in high school, and he had a girlfriend at the time. I had a boyfriend at the time, and then he and his girlfriend broke up. Me and my boyfriend broke up, and then we ended up we were music ambassadors for a class trip to Europe, and we ended up starting dating after that.
So y'all started dating?
That was in 1989. I went to Northern Arizona University for college, and so did he. He ended up...
You said Northern?
Yeah, Northern Arizona University. And then he ended up dropping out after his freshman year, and he joined the military.
Okay.
We saw each other a few times before he left for active duty. I know the last time I saw him was August of '93.
August of 93?
Yeah. And then, since that time, he and I reconnected this last year. He contacted me and said that, just, how you find people on social media. And
So Jamie was still alive?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Before COVID, so I want to say maybe January, February. And so we reconnected, and then he had gotten married to a lady that had 2 kids, and he said he did that pretty soon after he left Flagstaff. So.
Okay.
And they were still married. I think he's going through a messy divorce right now. So that's why we've been talking a lot.
Okay. When did you guys start actually just communicating a lot?
Pretty much right away.
So after Jamie had passed away, got killed?
Oh, but even before that.
So
yeah. And Jamie knew about him and everything. We had talked about all getting together and stuff, and
okay. So
they could meet.
And question, so he never met Jamie?
No.
All right. But you had the communication with him?
Yes.
Right. All right.
But I haven't physically seen him either.
Right. So as far as the conversations that you guys had, what type of conversation? Because you think and I want to make sure, Jennifer, and this is where I want to make sure that me and you are on the same page.
Are you suspecting him of something?
Well, we'll get there. We'll get there, and I want to make sure that we're on the same page, Jennifer. And I'm gonna tell you, because love will make you do some crazy things. You hear me?
Yeah.
Love will make you do some crazy things. And as far as with Darren, I mean, you and him, y'all dated. Were there ever any talks about taking the relationship serious?
The detective has just gone on the offensive, hitting Jennifer straight on with questions about fidelity, and her reaction says it all. First thing, she volunteers marital problems going back to 2009. Our life was slowly fading away. Nobody asked her that. She just throws it out there like she's laying down a safety net, trying to preemptively justify something. That's a classic move. Offer up a half-truth to cover a much bigger lie. Then listen to how she answers when he asks if she's ever been unfaithful. I've always been faithful. It's too fast, too emphatic. An innocent person usually just says no. That kind of dramatic declaration, like she's swearing an oath, comes off rehearsed, almost defensive. And then there's her little twist on Jamie. She claims she suspected him of cheating because he stopped being physically affectionate. That's projection 101. When guilty people feel the walls closing in, they flip the script, casting themselves as the victim. Maybe he had someone else. It's a deflection meant to steer attention away from her own secrets. The detective, meanwhile, is watching her body language like a hawk. He sees her tighten up the second fidelity comes into play. When he drops the direct question, "Have you ever had any kind of sexual relationships? Any dating anybody?" She blurts out a denial that's way too sharp. She's rattled. And here's the kicker. She admits she has male friends, but quickly adds, "Jamie knows all of them." That's not a casual detail. That's her building a preemptive defense. She's already thinking about Darren. She knows the name is coming, and she's scrambling to cushion the blow before it lands. What the detective has just done is find a crack in her armor. Now all he has to do is slip Darren Lopez's name into the conversation, and that's when the mask really starts to slip.
When we first dated?
Yeah, when
Oh, yeah.
So when you say, what kind of serious, how serious?
Oh, we like at one point were talking about getting married.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Like when?
Oh, when we were at Northern Arizona University, I mean, that was kind of the plan.
So
then I met Amber's biological dad.
All right. And
I broke it off with him.
All right. So,
he reached out to me on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, at first I wanted to make sure it was him. And I'm like, you know, how do I know this is really you? And he goes, well, how about if I call you Angel and say as you wish?
Mm-hmm.
And it was like this, because he always called me Angel when we were dating.
Mm-hmm.
We loved The Princess Bride. So it was a line from that movie. So I said, yeah. So I sent him my email. And I said, you know, email me and let me know how you're doing. And that was that. And we just started chatting, catching up. He was telling me all about his girls. He has full custody of his girls right now. Their mom is a disaster and has kicked them all out of the house. And so I've had conversations with his kids because like they really have no other female figure really. So, and they're all teenage girls.
So if you can, the relationship, Jamie knew about Darren?
Mm-hmm.
He knew that he was your ex?
Yes.
Okay. Now, how
Jamie
was
was not a jealous person at all, in any way, shape, or form.
Even when you guys, before Jamie died, for like the relationship that you and Darren had, right? How was that? How was it? Was it strictly on a friendship level, or was there any kind of, talk, intimate talk or anything like that?
It wasn't intimate talk. I mean, definitely Darren and I had said, oh gosh, these are rekindling old feelings. Mm-hmm. And Jamie and I had had a conversation about that too. And Jamie was, kind of like, this is really different for us. This is new. And so, that's just not me. That's not my MO. It's not anything I wouldn't want to hurt Jamie in any way, shape, or form. And those are feelings from the past. So that's, yeah. So
as far as like your relationship with him now, has anything changed?
No, he's being very, very respectful. I think he probably does have, some feelings, but he's being very respectful and letting me have my time.
Okay, and with you?
And he's going through his own stuff too with his divorce.
And what about with you?
With me in terms of what?
How do you feel about him?
I don't know. I'm just so...
One thing about this investigation, that's why one thing I want me and you to be honest with each other, because, this is a long, drawn-out investigation, okay? The only way that I know that we're going to always maintain being on the same page is if we're completely honest with each other.
Yeah.
Right? I don't have nothing to hide. I've always treated you kindly, right?
Yeah. I feel like the communication wasn't always there, but I understand that you can't always communicate with you.
But at the same time, we communicated quite a bit. I mean, we did tentative TV interviews together. We spoke. We emailed. We text messaged. We did a lot of things, right? Going back, everybody loves Jamie. Yeah. I mean, so you think to ask yourself the question: why would somebody want to kill him?
Right.
Right. Jennifer, if I were to tell you, as far as like, I know that there's more to you and Darren's relationship, what would you say about that?
I don't know what more you're talking about.
Jennifer, as far as like you and Darren have been having, and I'll get to that in just a second. So as far as your relationship with Darren, and that's why they call it investigation. And we got to be on the same page, Jennifer.
Yeah.
And I need to make sure that you're honest with me, because I feel that you're telling me some things, but at the same time,
The detective finally drops the name Darren Lopez, and Jennifer gives herself away instantly. First red flag? Zero surprise. An innocent person would have blurted out something like, "How do you know that name?" Or, "Why are you bringing him up?" Not Jennifer. She jumps straight into justification. He's my best friend. She already knows exactly why Darren's on the table. Then comes the contradiction that blows her cover. She insists he's just a friend, but in the same breath admits they were talking every day at that point. Nobody talks to a long-lost high school flame every single day unless it's way more than friendship. That's not casual. That's obsessive. Listen to how she lays out their backstory. "We met in high school, dated in college, then he went into the military." It's delivered like a rehearsed script, and tucked inside, she slips in that Jamie knew everything. "We even planned to all meet up." That's overselling. Whenever someone stacks up explanations like that, it usually means they're lying through their teeth. The detective, meanwhile, plays dumb. He tosses out easy questions. "Since when? How did you two reconnect?" Just to see if her version lines up with what he already knows. Spoiler, it doesn't. And here's what really sticks out, she says. Jamie wasn't jealous at all. Again, that over-justification. A truthful person would have kept it simple. Jamie knew. Period. Instead, she layers on reassurance, desperately trying to make us buy this image of a completely transparent marriage. At this point, Jennifer has admitted she was in constant, daily contact with another man. The detective now has the opening. He needs to reveal just how deep this friendship really went.
I really do. Jennifer, you said that there was no connection. I asked you earlier if you were having an affair or were cheating on Darren.
On Darren, no.
Not Darren, I'm sorry, but on Jamie, right? Okay. So you said, so I have no idea, and you said this to your friend Tina. You said, I have no idea when I'm going to be able to talk to you over the phone, but I'm pretty much having a full-blown emotional affair. All right? These are text messages before, and I understand you said you were having, Jamie, he knew about it, but he was sad about it, right? Okay. You confirmed that you said this guy dated in high school and college, right? We broke up because we finished school, and after he got out of base training, he was deployed to South Korea. You said that, all right? But the thing that's striking to me is that you said in one of your text messages that he's already A, planning on me being there, and B, you coming to visit. That's what you told her.
This was so at the very beginning of things, though.
Hold on, because, and then another thing that's very striking, you told Tina that he has a 5-year plan on how y'all are going to be together. So, go ahead.
Yes, at the beginning, and that's what I told you, the emotions were very strong. And that's what he had said initially, is that once Hope, his youngest daughter, had graduated high school, maybe we could figure something out that made sense for all of us, that kind of thing. But I put a stop to it because of my relationship with my husband, who I was very much in love with.
Right. You put a stop to it back in August, but then it picked back up. August the 6th, Tina said to Jim, she said, you still talking to that guy? You responded, I put the brakes on.
Yeah.
And said Jane was so hurt and internalizing everything, I just couldn't do it to him. But you told me that early on that you still continue to talk to him. You said even so, just as we're talking now. Yes.
As friends.
Right. But Jennifer, if I were to tell you I have other text messages that say something different between you all, because you got to understand.
I'm concerned that I'm concerned that Darren has anything to do with this. Is there anything that's leading you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So
the other thing I'm concerned about is the fact that you're saying I knew everything that took place that day.
So let's keep on. Okay. Like I told you, Jennifer, I want to go deep in this investigation. We don't want to go deep in this interview. Okay. All right. So the text messages alone. Do you know? You say you're just friends. On October 5th, you guys had over 667 times that you guys called each other and texted each other. It's a lot.
667 in one day?
Yes, that's what it says. That's what it shows, based on the records. Because you remember, we have a lot of things. October 6th, 419 times. October 7th, 640 times. All right. On October the 8th, all right, there was 133 times. But then there was a break. So you think about it. The day before.
That's because Jamie was killed at 7:30 in the morning on October 9th.
Right, but think about it. October the 8th, all right. October the 8th, there was a 133 times, but there was a 28 to 29 hour break. Well, it broke the pattern. It broke.
My dad's friends, and I'm helping him with his kids and stuff right now too.
Jennifer, you can call it what you want. You're a married woman. You hear me? Ain't no way in the world that I'm gonna talk to some other woman that many times throughout the day. Not only that, Darren has a Nissan Titan pickup truck. Okay, we've been all the time. This whole time we've been thinking that it was a Texas Ranger sticker.
Yeah, what is it?
But you know, just like I know, where is Darren from?
Tennessee.
Right.
It's a Tennessee sticker.
This whole time.
Is it the same color?
Same black, same everything. Just like the witnesses took the photos of it, same everything. So you got to think on how I'm feeling. I'm feeling right now.
I didn't know that was his
Think about this, Jennifer. You got to think on how I'm feeling right now. I'm feeling like you tried to play me.
I'm not.
Yes, I did. And that's the way I feel. I feel like you tried to play me. That you tried to play me, and this whole time you knew, because I have proof right now that Darren was actually out there at your residence during that day.
How?
Even your Ring camera, when I asked you, what did you say? When we saw that guy on your camera at 2:38 that morning.
Yeah.
Who did you tell me that was?
The guy across, I told you later after the guy across the street said that it was somebody who lived behind us.
No, that was Darren. And I believe that you knew that.
I don't know that. It doesn't even look familiar.
Jennifer, let me tell you something. All right. I believe that was Darren. You knew that was Darren. And at the same time, Darren has a black pickup, Nissan pickup, Titan truck. All right. Everything fitted the same description. Okay. Even the side of your camera's caught this. Okay.
Yeah.
I know that Darren was there.
I didn't. I don't know what to tell you.
I'm going to tell you even better.
How do you know for a fact it was him?
I have proof to know that he was there.
Okay.
Same thing that he was wearing that day. That gap that you guys had, that 28 hours. You got to think about it. The consistency stopped.
Well, I'm trying to think why there would be a gap.
Look at it. We're talking about, we sat and we told the world. We told everybody.
I know.
We sat in front of his parents. We told them.
Because I wanted to find the person.
But the same guy that killed your husband, Jennifer, is the same guy that you're communicating with every day. You had over 24,000 text messages and calls. 24,000.
I don't work. He's retired. We talk throughout the day.
Jennifer, besides the point, this guy killed your husband.
How do you know that?
Because I have proof. And guess what? Darren right now is currently in jail, locked up for murder right now.
Oh my God.
So my main thing is right now, What is he gonna tell me? Okay, why would he kill this guy?
I don't know.
I even read
it
in the
doesn't
text
even
message.
make sense. We
Listen
haven't
to me,
even
gentlemen.
seen each other.
I have proof there's a possibility that he came down there that you guys did see each other.
We've
when
never
you went to
seen each
Phoenix
other.
at the memorial. It's a possibility to have the information that he came to the memorial.
Oh my God, no, you're so wrong.
Okay.
You're so wrong.
But I'm gonna tell you like this, Jennifer. I know that Darren committed this offense. I know that Darren killed your husband. He told you we have a 5-year plan. He said we have a 5-year plan on you guys being together. And then the thing about
That
it,
was at the very beginning when he was expressing that he still had loved me, all of that stuff, and we were like caught up in old emotions, but I put the brakes on it.
But you didn't put the brakes on because you're still talking to this guy. How could you talk to somebody that you know that killed your husband?
I didn't know he killed my husband. I still don't know that he killed my husband. I wouldn't do that.
Jennifer,
why would I do that?
And that's the question I have for you.
Because
think about it. If you're fighting for this
and I were
asshole,
so in love. Ask anybody about our relationship.
Trust me, I did. If you know, my main thing is, this guy, he works every day, right? He worked every day. He provided. He took your daughter in.
Yeah.
As his own. Gave her his last name.
Yeah.
I'm looking at all these other people. I'm looking at American Airlines, people that possibly terminated, Mike Lennox, Jeff Jensen. I'm looking at all these people, Dan Turco, all these people.
Because I can't think of anybody else.
I'm thinking of all these people. What do anybody have against Jamie? Why do anybody want to kill him? My biggest thing is, if you were so in love with Darren, just dump the guy.
I wasn't.
Just tell him, hey, it's over.
I was in love with my...
Give me 1 second, Jennifer. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. I can't make this up, Jennifer. I can't make it up. I can't. I won't make it up. I won't make it up.
Do I need a lawyer at this point?
It's your call, whatever you decide.
I'm leaving.
Hold on 1 second.
No, I'm leaving.
Give me 1 second. I'll walk you down. Hold on.
So are you saying he drove from Tennessee and killed Jamie and went back? Because I talked to him the day that Jamie was killed.
I know. Give me 1 second.
Why would he do that? He's got girls. And if you're so convinced, why even bother listening to me about all these other people who I thought might have something to do with it? Do you know how much I've been racking my brain? If you knew this all along?
This is the what was taken.
Yes.
Let's see.
Where is that? Oh my God. Where is this? Yeah, the color of the
So
nose.
let me do this, okay? Because I know you mentioned something earlier, and I want to make sure that I'm on the same page.
Can you tell me where those photos were taken?
Hold on 1 second, because you said, do I need a lawyer? And I said, hey, it's your choice, but you said you're going. I want to make sure I reach your rights so you understand your rights, okay?
This is the point where the detective drops the nice guy act. He looks Jennifer straight in the eye and says, I think you knew. And you can see it on her face. She realizes the game is over. What blows my mind is how she still tries to explain it away with these insane numbers. 667 calls in a single day. And her excuse? I was helping with his kids. Come on. Nobody helps with kids by calling every 2 minutes. That's not support, that's obsession. Then there's the 28-hour silence right before the murder. That pause says it all. They've been glued to their phones day and night, and suddenly, radio silence, just long enough for Darren to drive from Tennessee to Texas, kill Jamie, and head back. Then boom, they pick up like nothing happened. How does she think anyone's buying that? Her real breakdown comes when the detective hits her with the truth. Darren's in jail for murder. Her reaction? Oh my God. Notice what she doesn't say. Not "that's impossible," or "he would never do that." No shock, no defense of him at all. It's the reaction of someone realizing, damn, he got caught. Not someone who believes her best friend is innocent. And right there, she asks for a lawyer. Classic tell. Innocent people usually keep talking, keep trying to clear things up. Jennifer? She bolts the second the truth is on the table. So how did it end? Jennifer pled guilty in 2022 to dodge the death penalty. She got life in prison, no chance of parole. She'll die behind bars. Darren? He got the death sentence in Tennessee. He's sitting on death row in Nashville. The saddest part? Jennifer's own daughter, Amber, testified against her. She told the court Jamie was the best father she could have ever asked for. Today, Jennifer is 52, locked away in Texas. She chose murder over divorce, and now she'll never walk free again. Watching this case, I can't stop thinking about Jamie Faith, a 49-year-old man who woke up that morning without knowing his wife had planned his death. He adopted Jennifer's daughter and loved her as his own for 16 years. He went out for his morning walk, probably joking with his wife, and he died without ever understanding why. Jamie didn't deserve that. Nobody does. What could make someone choose murder over divorce? That's the real question. Jennifer wasn't trapped in a violent marriage. She had options. She could have left, started over, been honest. I think it's a toxic mix: selfishness, manipulation, and above all, an inability to face the consequences of one's choices. Jennifer wanted Darren and Jamie's money. She wanted to be the perfect widow and keep her lover. She chose the path that let her have it all. It's terrifying because it reminds us that some people can manipulate our deepest emotions to make us do terrible things. Darren thought he was saving the woman he loved. In reality, he was being used by a psychopath. The warning signs were there. 600 messages a day. That's obsessive and unhealthy. Anyone who pressures you to cut ties with your loved ones, dramatizes their situation, or makes you feel like their savior, run. If you're in a real abusive situation, talk to professionals, your family, or law enforcement. There are legal solutions. Never let anyone convince you that violence is the only option. This case also shows why investigators do their job so rigorously. Without their persistence, Jennifer Faith might have struck again. She could have ended up rich, free, and ready to manipulate her next victim. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this case. What struck you the most about the interrogation? Jennifer's manipulation, or the investigator's relentless strategy? Also, tell me where you're watching from. Drop your city or country in the comments. I love seeing how global this community is. Subscribe if you want more deep dive analyses like this, and feel free to suggest other cases you want me to cover. Stay safe, and watch out for manipulators.